Like this. That's why they say chewing gum.
I actually brought gum, I think. Or I meant to.
The cinnamon never lasts long though. I got up this morning and I was nauseous. I always that because of the diabetes. I'm like, eh. I'm glad we had that 2 little pork things and some milk because I had some too. We had enough just for everyone to have 2 little niblets.
It was so good.
You had 2 also?
Yeah, I had a flat one and then a round one.
Oh, you had the patty and then that.
Well, we should pick it up.
That was a really good dinner last night.
Oh yeah, it really was. It was too much, but at the same time, it was
but the shrimp
satisfying.
Was done just right too.
Yeah, the shrimp was perfect.
And it wasn't like cooked to crud.
Yeah.
I had it way on top. Like it wasn't on the grill. It was on the resting part where you take something off the grill.
Yeah.
The resting rack, and then I had it on top of the veggies. The veggies were on the resting rack, and I only had one side of the grill on. The other side, I had the other side on medium, and then the side that I had the meat on, I had on real low. So it had a little heat underneath it, but the main of the heat was indirect heat. And so I had it, that's where the fish was sitting.
Honestly, it was really good though because the veggies were perfectly cooked.
And
The veggies
stems,
were, yeah.
I repurposed the stems.
Yeah, and that tasted great with the zucchini and
Put it in
the
with
squash.
Yeah.
It was all perfect.
It really was. It actually was a great
That guy
meal.
gave me a lot of cilantro and the dill and the, the garlic.
Yeah, and the salmon was good. The shrimp was, the squash,
It came
the
right
zucchini.
off the skin. Right off the skin.
I have to say though, the mushrooms were still #1 to me, cause like the bacon was still kind of chewy, but it was still
I thought it would be. I thought the meat would be a little crunchy because I had it up to 500, but no, that just gave it a good sear on it.
But it was perfect, and then the juicy mushrooms, and then it had a little bit of the meat in there, the little pork, ground up meat. That was really good. There was, you don't have to put any seasoning on it. It was great.
And the bacon fused to it.
Yeah.
Fused shut.
Yeah. Like glue.
You were worried about a toothpick.
I was saying, do we need a toothpick in order for it to...
And I told you my name wasn't Dewey, so...
Well, you look like a Dewey to me.
It was really good though. I was satisfied. I was like, yes, the zucchini or squash, sorry.
That would be a good...
We had both, Chris.
That would be a good...
we had zucchini, and then we had a squash.
Yeah, but it was so good.
That would be a good meal for New Year's.
Yeah.
We should do salmon. Oh, and I like how we did the salmon, for one thing. When I bought it, you know there was all these scrap pieces all over, and then big pieces?
Yeah.
I told him I want a piece like this, and I showed him. And so he took a slab and cut it. He cut the end off that was just a little weird tapered piece.
Yeah.
And he put that aside, and he just threw that back in as a scrap. And then he gave me 3 equal size pieces like this.
Yeah.
And with the skin on the back. I mean, that was nice.
Yeah. Instead of giving you those scraps that they had on.
Yeah, instead of buying random pieces there.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that, and I'm like, oh, cool. So now I know.
Yeah, I mean...
Got a little snow dusting here.
Yeah.
Just try and stay in this other guy's tracks. I just don't want it to be slick. Because usually just a minimum amount of snow makes things slick.
Oh, yeah. I've had to drive in the snow, and that's not fun. It was pretty icy.
When it's thicker, it's not as bad, unless it's packed down. If it's packed down, then it's like ice, almost.
Yeah, it might as well be, because it's...
I mean, it drives slow. But if it's deep, you have to be careful, because
We
don't want a Powder Ridge moment. Oh, you remember that? That was so deep, we barely got out.
There was snow, right?
What?
There was snow on the sides.
Well,
but the road was clear.
The road was clear.
Yeah, they had cleared the road to a certain degree, but there was so much snow that they piled it high.
What was it? Was it like a foot or 2 feet of snow?
It was like...
it started to go... I think it started to become 3. It was... It was heavy snow, Dad.
Well,
it was
I'm glad they had
heavy.
another place that we could go to.
Yeah, I'm happy. Like they're like,
That was
hey,
a
you
nice
could go
place.
there.
It was for like 10 people.
Yeah, I did like it. Like there was 4 bedrooms at the top level, and then that narrow stairway was not the fun one. I didn't like that because it was so narrow. But besides that, it was really nice. And then the patio or the little porch out back, it had carpeted floor, and then it had a roof that went over it, so then no water would come down, and it was really nice because then you could
well, the owner
be
was going to
barefoot and
renovate
not
the ones we were initially in.
Yeah.
And so that needed some good renovation because there's a lot of stuff wrong with that place. The table was so sticky, the varnish had turned into like flypaper.
Yeah, like it was like worn down a lot of the things.
Yeah, but if you touched it, it was like, and then if you want to lift up the mat, it's like.
I know, you could hear it being peeled off, like.
No, but it was weird because there was the upstairs with the little stairs down by the table.
And didn't we have like a broken ice cream scooper or something like that?
We didn't have one at
That
all.
was Powder Ridge.
That's what I was talking about, Powder Edge.
Yeah, Powder Ridge. We had like
We didn't have one.
horrible cookie pan. We asked for a new cookie pan. or
It was
whatever,
just as bad.
and it was like all black and all charred up and sticky and dirty, and we were like, what the crap?
Yeah, the utensils and stuff they had were pretty
It was
jacked.
all dirty.
We had to go to their kitchen and rummage through their drawer for some other.
Yeah. But I was like, man, this is bad, dude. We asked for an ice cream scoop, and we took not even one scoop. We just stuck it in the ice cream and went to the scoop, and it just broke off.
The sun's supposed to rise in 3 minutes.
But yeah, it's a cloudy day, so you have to take
But
that.
we could see. I was afraid it would be in pitch black.
Yeah.
I thought so too, but it's gotten better. It's a lot lighter.
All right. Give us.